Hello! So today we're going to be taking a look at my June flip through. If you watched my July plan with me, you would have noticed that I have added a few things onto my dailies, and I started doing that in June, and I'm really happy with it. I love the way this month turned out. I'm really excited to share it with you. So let's get started. This is my monthly spread for June. I didn't get a chance to ink the weather and the temperatures, but I filled out almost all the days. And I finished all of the daily drawing topics from the D&D challenge, so it was a really successful month as far as that goes. I also had my memories. I ended up having a little bit of extra room because I thought I was going to have more memories than I did, but I was able to keep it fairly small. I did skip the plan with me this month just because I didn't have the time to work on it, and also some of the topics are starting to get a little bit repetitive now that I've been doing it for 6 months, so I just decided to take a month off and kind of give myself a break from that side of things and just focus on my own bullet journal. This is my tracker, which if you've watched a lot of my other videos, you'll know that I absolutely love filling out my tracker every single day. I keep track of all the things that I do, that I want to accomplish in one day, and then I track when I actually accomplish them. Also, at the end of the month, I add up the totals, and I do little green marks if it has gone up, if I was successful, and I do little red marks if the numbers have gone down and it's unsuccessful or needs improvement. And my spending for the month, my spent and made page, everything was fairly successful. I didn't spend a lot of money this month, so I consider that a big success. This is the first page of my dailies, and so what I decided to do for June was I decided to break up my food log and then the dailies of like the things I need to get done. And I have since modified this, so if you're looking at this if you saw the July plan with me, you'll notice that I incorporated them into one day in July, but for June I tried this because I thought it would help me be a little bit more organized and do it separately. So I tracked my food by drawing it out every single day. I did miss a couple days that I was too busy, and then I completely forgot what I ate. But for the most part I kept track of it and it was pretty successful. I purchased some smaller pens, so I started doing little smaller illustrations with more detail, which I really like a lot. I've been having a lot of fun with that. So again, here is my food log, my weekly goals. I started adding those in, and then my dailies as well. So this page I tried something a little bit different. I tried to do the food on one side and the dailies on the other. I really like how it turned out. I'm actually this was one of my favorite pages, one of my favorite spreads I've ever done. I just really like it a lot. And the illustrations turned out great, and I'm loving my new white pens that I got and the smaller pens to do little details on the food. It's just something I really, really enjoy working on at the end of every day. And in the weekly goals, adding those in, I really enjoyed that because it breaks down my monthly goals and allows me to focus on what has been done, what still needs to be done to complete those monthly goals. And this page, I just switched what I did on the previous page. I put the food log on the left and the dailies on the right. So similar, very similar. And I really like the way this looks. I just really love this month. And then halfway through the month, so I've noticed that some bullet journalists break up their weeks. So if they have a weekly spread, then they'll include the days from one week into whatever month has the most days in that week, if that makes sense. But I didn't want to do that because I do have my end of the month review that I do. So for the last week, it was only 4 days instead of the full 7 days, because then it would be into July. So I also put my weekly goals here, but I kept them smaller and easier to do in the 4 days, and then I also did them again in the first week of July. And then for my last page is my June overview. So my thoughts page where I evaluated what I did. I have my made and my spent. I haven't tallied up yet. And then I also have like this really nice illustration that I was super happy to work on. It was a lot of fun. And it's, like I said, this June has been my favorite month so far. I have kept track of all of the stuff that I want to keep track of. I think my bullet journal is on a good schedule, and I'm really happy with it. So that's a look at June. I'm really excited to keep working on my bullet journal and making it better. Hopefully July will be even more exciting. I am going on another road trip, so I will be adding in more travel illustrations like I did in previous months. So that should be really interesting. I'm also running out of space. I was trying to keep this bullet journal all to 1 year, but that's obviously not going to happen. So it'll be interesting to see how this journal gets finished up next month. And yeah, so I'm really happy with June. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at it, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Oh, and remember to give this a thumbs up or leave comments below, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. All of those things do help me to keep making more videos, so I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye! Quarterly and monthly setup. So I'm going to go over that. And then the second thing I'm going to go over is my weekly setup, because I have added 2 different things in that I'm going to try. So